Alrighty then, good morning everyone. This day of recording Monday, 12 hours after the Manchester United draw derby game at Old Trafford yesterday. And how do you feel in retrospective thinking about this game? If you read social media, if you see other YouTube channels, they call it the worst derby in history, the most boring derby in history, and in a certain ways we're going to dissect it in what they think and what I think, and what's matter is what you think at the end of the day. So I want you to leave a comment in the non-live comment section in the comment box as well. What did you think about yesterday's performance? Well, to a certain degree, I can kind of understand there was really nothing to play for. I mean, I think that City had more to play for in order to sort of solidify their top four Champions League places. But it kind of felt like two teams going out there like an exhibition game, like it was a preseason game where in the first half, if you look at how Pep Guardiola was kind of lining up his team, toothless with Mamouche on top, an unproven entity with the missing of Haaland, an aging midfield in Kovacic, and the last swan song of De Bruyne, his last derby in his shirt, 34-year-old, sort of announced that he's going to be leaving. And of course, you look at also their defense as well. I mean, and then you looked at Manchester United's setup, which was pretty much okay. Well, looks good. Look at the bench. We have Mason Mount on the bench available. We have Luke Shaw available. We had youngsters available. Chidobe Martin, Sekone. We had options. Ericsson on the bench, and Bruno was playing more in an advanced position as a number 10 rather than playing in the double pivot. So there was instant complaints why Bruno is playing as number 10 rather than a sort of number 8 or a double pivot midfield. But I'll give it to say I really like Bruno. He can play in multiple positions, but the best out of Bruno is definitely when you play more further advanced behind the striker. And in this case, it was Rasmus Hojlund, which we're going to dive into further down in this video about Rasmus Hojlund's performance. Now, of course, the atmosphere was electric. The sun was shining at Old Trafford. And I think that we all know what this derby is all about. We know what we're going to get with Pep Guardiola's team. They just like to have possession, play the ball around, six technical and gifted midfielders, but no end product at the end of the day. Man United, the way we shaped, the way we set up, was pretty much very, very solid and compact. I must say that I was impressed the way we were sort of like, playing our strategy, our shape. We played our game. We sat back a little bit, didn't allow them any opportunities, and when we did, we tried to hit them on the counter with pace, with Garnacho, that almost scored in the first minute or so. I mean, that was not a penalty, but instantly showed us a little bit of an intent, and that's what we've been missing the whole season, like the fight, the grit, determination, the intent. So in the instant first minute, we attacked them with pace, and there was nothing else that Diaz could have done. He just pulled him down, took a yellow card for the team, and yeah, there's it's hard to score from that free kick. But from there on, I don't see that City tried to lay a glove on United. United looked very dangerous in attack, but again, there is no end product, which comes down to the striker. If we're going to be critical, Rasmus Hojlund, the judge and jury's out. Rasmus Hojlund should have played more further up on the pitch, should have made more clever runs. But in this game, it felt like he was playing more of a supporting CDM, a number 6 or number 8, where, what are you doing there, Rasmus? You should be the target man on top. So, Rasmus Hojlund, I'm afraid the judge and jury is out on him. I know I shouldn't criticize a young player, but he needs to either get a loan for the next season or be sold. In this game, I could say that United had more clear-cut chance opportunities than City. We could have easily won this game with 1-0 or 2-0. Yeah, of course, Onana saved a couple of shots, but it wasn't sort of, a holiday for the both goalkeepers yesterday's derby. It was pretty much like a boxing game where everything went down in the midfield, it was just like defend, passed it around in the midfield, and then when United was trying to hit on the break, which for me, we were the more potent team, when we start playing it wide towards Garnacho, which was the danger man, Diogo tried and pushed, but you can see that Diogo is still raw, undeveloped. Some people was getting a little bit frustrated. Yes, he put in a good crosses, but his end product, his end finishing, is not really shaped. On the counterpart on the other side, I thought that Diogo Dalot had a fantastic game. He looked very sharp. He looked very technical. He did put in a couple of crosses into the box, and the second half for me was the best out of Man United. What we're seeing, of course, the introduction of Mason Mount and Xerxes up the tempo, and creativity was there. You know, we've been critical to Mason Mount that hasn't really featured much for Manchester United. The last game he played, I think, was against City on the back-to-back. I think it was December, but we saw Mason Mount almost scoring. We saw a kind of difference in tempo and off-the-ball movements that he offers. Both him and Xerxes are very technical, gifted players. Now, is this something that you can moan about to say, yeah, it was a boring game? I don't think it was a boring game. It's tactically, I think it was very interesting to see how the managers adapt in game management. And I see progression under Ruben Amorim. We didn't lose the game, of course. We played 0-0, and we could have easily won this game. I mean, just that Xerxes shot that Edison saved, it was brilliant. And the follow-up by Mason Mount. Numerous attempts. Bruno Fernades had a fantastic game as well. But we're also going to talk about the centre-back signing, Lenny Yoro. He's becoming really, really good. I want to see more Lenny Yoro. He's very comfortable on the ball. He's so unpredictable going forward as well. He's got pace. He's got, the athleticism. He can read the game really, really well. He knows when to step up. He knows when to defend. So the future bright. For me, yesterday's game, yes, a draw is a draw. I know. Some people say, it was boring. But it's the derby, it's the excitement. But for me, it's more of progression. You can clearly tell that the players was utilizing this game for a kind of warm-up for Thursday, in the Europa League quarterfinals. And I said that Man United currently looking that we are clicking into gear, we are finding form, we are having players that's coming back, and people are starting to understand Ruben Amorim's football and what he wants. The only thing what's missing, and this is my opinion alone, defense is fixed, midfield looks good. Casemiro, of course, not the future, but he worked with Manuel Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes on the top as the number 10, but we're missing the striker. Striker. Please, Ineos, if you're listening, do not go for the L platers or the P platers. We cannot afford going into the next season with learning on the job. Everyone knows it, everyone sees it. We are being linked to Liam Delap, we are being linked to Osman, Gyökeres, and some unproven entities like Hugo Etiquette and all that stuff. No, this is one position that Man United cannot stuff up. Man United, as per shown, as per previous games, it's clear and obvious what's missing. It's the striker. It's the experienced striker. We need a master. We don't need a P plater. We don't need an L plater. If you don't know what L plater and P plater is, for you that live in the Commonwealth countries, it's before you get your driving license. You get the L learning, or the P when you just provisioning license, learning to drive, to get more experience. We cannot afford that. So for me, this summer window has to be priority number one. Get a Gyökeres, get a Osman, get a prolific goal scorer. 100%. That is what we're lacking. That is the sandwich. If you look at a sandwich, the goalkeeper needs to go. Of course, Sonana had a great game. But in the middle, we have all the fillings, which looks pretty good. But in the top, just the top half of the sandwich, to solidify that perfect, beautiful sandwich, needs to be the striker. In all summary, I think the game went well. Man of the match for me, Lenny Yoro, 100%. He was immense in the back. Followed up by Captain Bruno, yet again, a fantastic performance. But anyway, let me know in your comments, who do you think was the man of the match for Man United's side? And do you really think that a draw reflects the game? If you look at the stats and overall stats, we always know that whenever we play City is a possession-based team, but they don't offer anything in attack. So for me, It didn't matter with the stats. Man United had more clear-cut chances, more shots on targets in the second half, and Man United should have won the game at the dying minutes as well in the Fergie time, but we didn't. At the end of the day, it's a great preparation for Lyon, what's to come. Man United needs to go to find their form right now, and we're looking good. Progression is what I'm looking for. Progression is what I'm seeing, but it feels like we need to close off the Premier League season with 7 games remaining and go in the summer window to recruit and have a proper pre-season under Ruben Amorim. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I'm trying to wrap things up under 10 minutes. This is my overarching reflection, as I don't like to do match reactions after the show. I like to sleep on it after the game, wake up, think fresh. But after the game yesterday, I swear to God, I cannot lie, I thought, well, this was a good performance from United, from progression-wise. So that is my thoughts. It's not doom and gloom, but I see the end of the tunnel. I see the end product. But I also see that we need the killer to finish the dinner. It's been Mick Ruby from MUFC Realist TV. Good morning, good morning. Have a sip on your coffee and enjoy your Monday. See you to the next time.